Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday. Oh, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
What are you talking about, David? It's Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. The rain's confusing me, but I'm all out of sorts.
And you were later than usual.
And I was
today.
later. I'm running late. Yeah.
When I beat Andy here to the studio, you know it's a rare occurrence.
It is a rare occurrence for sure. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. This is the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. We are looking forward to SEC Media Days, which will start on Monday. Auburn will take the podium on Tuesday. It'll be Coach Freeze's first time in an orange and blue setting, of course.
Yeah.
Looking forward to what he has to say. Auburn will be taking Luke Deal, senior tight end, Cameron Stutz, senior offensive lineman, and the transfer from Vanderbilt, defensive lineman, senior. Elijah McAllister. So, well,
says a lot about that young man, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Maybe that he's going to be a leader.
Yeah.
He's already shown that he is a leader, and doing that in these off-season workouts. So,
yeah.
Everything that they've seen from him has been impressive so far. Hopefully that translates to the field as well, because Auburn could use some for sure. So we'll talk about Auburn got some really good news as far as the baseball program is concerned. We talked about earlier this week the Major League Baseball draft and how Auburn, and congratulations to Cole Foster and Bryson Ware and Chase Isbell for being drafted, and they'll begin their professional careers. Several of Auburn's recruits, Emerson, McCongle, there was a couple others, I think. Maybe transfers.
Mangelli, the shortstop from Sacred Heart.
They were, got drafted really high, and they'll probably begin their professional careers as well. So, but that's it's good and bad. I mean, bad for Auburn in one respect, but certainly good for those young men, and congratulations to them. But again, some good news following that draft. We'll talk about that a little bit as we move forward in today's show. Talk about a little bit of everything, whatever you'd like to talk about. Marcus Harris got some really positive things to say about this upcoming football season. Just the different feel, the different vibe on campus, which I think we all, we can all see that. Pretty evident.
Pretty obvious.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you'd like to bring up a new subject, we'd love to hear it. You can also dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away, and we'd love to hear as many of those as we can throughout the show today. What else have you got to do? It's raining outside.
That's right.
So what's the good news? We mentioned it earlier. Joseph Gonzalez goes undrafted. He was one of, as a sophomore, he was one of the best pitchers in the SEC toward the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Comes in, a lot of expectation as a junior, and I think he had maybe one or two starts. Yeah. And the shoulder started acting up. He ends up having it scoped by Dr. Andrews in late 2023 and shut down the rest of the year. Yeah. And we thought maybe that would be the last time we ever saw him.
Yeah.
He says not so. Coming back. He and Bobby Pierce. Bobby Pierce, a guy that goes undrafted, well, a guy that, again, has had some injury earlier in his career at Auburn. But these two guys coming back, David, that's kind of a big deal.
It's a huge deal, Andy. And
Christian Herberholz,
yes,
by the way.
Herbert Holtz. And I'll say this, and I will talk about the roster in a minute because you got the potential starters down here a little bit later. I'm very excited because I think Bobby Pierce and Joseph Gonzalez both have a massive opportunity to make money now. I told you, my wife and I went to the SEC baseball tournament at Hoover, and Joseph Gonzalez was still in a sling. I mean, one of those fancy slings that keeps the arm away from the body at the SEC baseball tournament.
Right.
And I just don't think anybody wanted to take a chance. And he has some tremendous rehab and a long way to go. But with another year of strength conditioning and rehab, I mean, we looked at him this year as almost an automatic W every time he took the bump. And hopefully that's the case again next year. Very exciting. And then Bobby Pierce can just flat out hit. I was surprised that he didn't get a call. I'm glad he didn't, selfishly for us. But as you look at this lineup next year, Andy, other than the left side of the infield, pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely, I would say so. You mentioned, Bobby Pierce, excellent right fielder.
Yeah.
I think he hit 343 this past year. His power numbers were not, I think, where it can be. I think he can get better with that and improve that. But Joseph Gonzalez coming in, if, which again, I mean, it's not a guarantee. Anytime a guy has, I think it's better maybe. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that it's a shoulder, and not an elbow.
Elbow, yeah.
But any kind of structural things like that, you wonder, is he going to be the same guy? Hopefully, if he is, then man, that gives Auburn a number one.
Yeah.
That you can throw out there on a Friday night. So, Gonzalez, what he had to say about it. He said, I love Auburn, and the last 3 years have been great. I feel like if they didn't give me the money I was looking for, I had no problems coming back. It was simple. If they don't offer me the money, it was easy to come back to Auburn for another year. Bobby Pierce, my only option wasn't going to the draft and playing pro ball. That's always the dream. I have always wanted to play professionally, but just knowing there was another opportunity to go back to Auburn for another year was big. Just seeing the other guys that are coming back, it's going to be almost the same team with some new additions that are going to be great for us. And I said it as kind of an afterthought, but Christian Herberholz coming back is a big deal.
Absolutely.
Too. He was one of those guys that was pitching really, really well for Auburn in the second half of the season. So if he can improve and he can, continue to be very consistent, think about this starting lineup for pitchers. Joseph Gonzalez, Chase Alsop, Christian Herberholz, maybe Zach Crotchfield.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
That's pretty strong.
That's a pretty good starting rotation.
It is. And Andy, if you look at those next four names on the left column there, all who saw significant action this year, and some of them had their ups and downs, let's be honest. But Bauman, Nelson, Cannon, and Armstrong back with another year of off-season strength conditioning and another winter camp getting ready for the spring. That's a pretty good bullpen right there.
And this
too.
doesn't even account for all the newcomers coming in that could play as freshmen.
Yeah.
So
once again, it goes back to what you and I talked about Monday. The recruiting prowess of Butch Thompson, Carl Nonamaker, Gabe Gross, second to none, really.
It certainly, again, evaluators of talent. Mm-hmm. These guys have a keen eye when it comes because we mentioned, they were on some of these recruits when they were freshmen in high school. Mm-hmm. And from a freshman to a senior, I mean, that's some of the biggest growth you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So in an athlete. So
that's right. And Andy, real quick, Our good friend Reeve Sims texted me the other day. You know, I brought up the question about how many other teams lost significant first-round prospects, and Reeve said Arkansas lost a couple. So I think other than Auburn and Arkansas probably took the biggest hit in the first round of the draft. But that's water under the bridge now, and we wish those young men the best. But looking at this, and like I said, you know, Brett made the comment, you know, we got to have a plan B, and I'm sure they do. Mm-hmm. There are some young guys on this roster that we hadn't even called their names yet that could potentially step in on the left side of this infield. And that's the only question mark. On the right side, you've got Cooper McMurray, who's a solid returnee, you know, and I don't have a problem with Caden Green at second base. He did an admirable job. Needs to get the bat going a little bit. But other than that, the outfield and the pitching staff, that left side of the infield is the only question mark right now for us as fans.
We'll take a little bit closer look at that in the next segment when we come back. But first, I want to tell you about Russell Dewitt Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. Also, Central Alabama Community College, great place to get a great education right here in Central Alabama as well. Campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Talladega, and Prattville, and finally J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Give them a call today. No job too big, no job too small. 334-531-0199. We got to take a break, but we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Russell Dewitt Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cab. Discounted up to $12,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,250 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com. Plus, no payments for 120 days at Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Over 250 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Just got something that came across from Justin Hokanson. I think not a confirmation, not concrete, but he said from people he has talked to and from some information that's being passed along, it looks like that Hunter, Jarquez Hunter, will be available and will be at practice when it begins August 1st. Fall practice. Does that mean he will start game one? Not necessarily, but that does indicate he is still on the team for certain. It came across, I think it was this weekend? Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be at a car dealership in Auburn and for a meet and greet. Come and meet Auburn's running back number one, Auburn's starting running back.
McGraw-Webb Chevrolet in Camden.
In Camden.
From 9 to 12.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So from 9 to 12. Yeah. Meet and greet with Auburn's starting running back. Doesn't sound like a guy that's now, again, they may carry this thing all the way up to the week before the season starts, and they say, oh, by the way, he's no longer with the team. Or he's suspended for 6 games, whatever. Yeah. But as of right now, Jarquez Hunter is still a part of the Auburn program, and it seems like, at least from indications, that he will be practicing with the team when they start fall practice. That's a pretty good sign.
Here's the thing, though, Andy. Still a part of the Auburn program, but he's not even in the building right now. He's working out at Lee Scott Academy. Now, is that all precautionary? I read a quote from a guy on an Auburn page on Facebook that says he knows people. And he said...
They all know people.
They all know people. I know people. But he said Jarquez Hunter will be RB1 from the first play of the first game. Bank on it. I don't know that I can completely buy that at this time, but that's welcome news. Don't you think they were just trying to make sure all the I's were dotted and T's were crossed and had to be proactive with all of that?
As much as everybody, and I'm sure that there are instances in the past where people would point and say, Auburn did things this way or that way. It seems like when it comes to hiring coaches, we don't really do things the right way. But when it comes to handling things like this, Auburn is pretty good about handling it. And that we go seemingly, you go back to Bruce Pearl and the way we handled all that situation, but we go far and beyond what's required a lot of times.
Bruce did. He sure did. Well, Andy, here's the thing. There's also still a sentiment out there. I'd like to ask Jason Caldwell this, that the public introduction to this mistake that Jarquez made could have been some type of a setup, some type of a revenge deal. I'm not saying what he did was right at all, but because anytime you turn a camera on, you never know. But the introduction of this could have been some type of a revenge, a setup, some type of deal.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about as, and again, we're not going to go into details. You can look it up and find it out. As untoward as it was, we're not talking about anything illegal,
right
here.
Yeah,
unless it was for, without consent, for profit, and that does not seem to be the case.
No.
So
yeah,
we'll see
Well,
what happens. But
I don't think any.
I hate that we're having to have this conversation.
But here's the thing, I got to say this. I promise you, there was nobody involved in that situation that didn't know a camera was running, okay, on a phone. I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
So let's hope this all gets squared away.
Dave, who among us doesn't have a video roaming around out on Twitter of us, but no, I'm kidding.
I'm going to check your Twitter. Check your Twitter
I
channel.
I better not say I guarantee, but I'm fairly certain there's not.
No.
All right, we'll start this, and if we have to carry it over, we will. But what does the Auburn baseball program look like next year? We ran down the pitching staff. Feel really good about and comfortable with the pitching staff.
Yeah.
Starters and bullpen, and again got some really good looking guys coming into the program.
Mm-hmm.
So add those in, and I'm sure this might change a little bit. It's probably guaranteed to change a little bit. Some guys will transfer out. You might see, Carl Nunmaker will find somebody to transfer in.
Mm-hmm.
That's had a great year, but.
Yeah.
I would assume, I'm guessing, this is not hard and fast, but that Stanfield moves to center. Do you think that's a given?
Andy, I think that was the plan last year, even though he was a freshman, and then Kaysen decided to come back. I think, yeah, absolutely.
One of the better center fielders that Auburn's ever had. Kaysen Howell uses up his 10th year of eligibility.
Collects his AARP card and rides off into the sunset.
He will not be back. So I think Chris Stanfield moves to center.
Chris is faster than Kaysen Howell. As far as getting to jump on balls, Kaysen Howell was a magician.
Yeah.
At taking the correct angle for balls. And I think you're right. I think Chris Stanfield, end of the day, will be our center fielder.
Bobby Pierce probably stays in right.
Yeah.
What about left? You got Mike Bello. You got, again, freshmen coming in.
Got some young guys.
You got several other guys, younger guys that we probably don't know about that could end up in that left field position. Catcher, I think that's going to be Ike Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, he'll have a backup as well, but Irish will probably be your starter. The infield's where it gets a little hazy.
Mm-hmm.
You had Bryson Ware at third last year. Phenomenal year. Who steps up to take that place?
Yeah.
Shortstop, Cole Foster has held that down for a couple of years.
Highest
he did
draft
really,
pick
really
this
good.
Year. Yeah.
Caden Green played some second base last year, did a pretty good job, but he'll probably have some competition as well. And then Cooper McMurray at first base.
Oh, yeah.
He, pretty much solidified himself.
Absolutely.
Probably with that position again next year. So it'll be interesting. There's some holes to fill, but something tells me Butch Thompson and that staff they're on the job.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And only 2 holes to fill legitimately, third and short.
That's right.
So,
all right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
L&G Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadAgency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Here's another one of those good news, bad news situations. DeMario Tolan, apparently no longer with the Auburn program. This was a transfer from LSU, a linebacker. He was a sophomore. He had a – I think he had like – 6 or 9 tackles. He had 9 tackles with LSU. But one of those guys he was a true freshman last year with them and wasn't, there was a really, really high upside. And I don't know that there have been some, you read a lot of this and there's rumors. I don't know if they're true, but that he has maybe lost some family members here lately and is going through a very tough time. Let's just say that. So this is not, this is not, this kid got in trouble and got kicked off the team.
No.
Or this is that. This is a situation where it's like one of these, he's got to take care of some issues.
Yeah.
And so I, don't know what will become of that. But you just kind of wish the best for him for sure.
Two things, Andy. One, I read some ridiculous, some people just spout off at the mouth on social media without knowing the whole story. I've read some ridiculous comments from people. But evidently from people that know, he has lost, somebody said mom and a sister recently. The other thing, Andy, knowing Hugh Freeze the way I think we would understand how he does things, I think the door would obviously be open for DeMario to come back should he, get his mind right, take care of the things he needs to take care of, and that's the most important thing right now.
Yeah. Again, DeMario Tolan not going to be with the team this fall. Linebacker was a position that Auburn brought in a lot of different guys because, quite frankly, that room was pretty sparse after the exit of some of the guys from last year. But we'll see what they still. I think they've got pretty set there at that position right now. They feel pretty good about it. So Marcus Harris, guy that's been there forever, transferred from Kansas, and he's a guy that I wondered maybe if he would be one that would end up at SEC Media Days. Kind of surprised actually that he's not, but nonetheless, he says, I feel great. Coach Dom, that's Dominic Studzinski, the strength and conditioning coach, they and their staff have been killing it this summer. Can't wait to show the world what we've been working on. We're going to show them that we're going to do something this year. It has been nothing short of amazing, he says. Getting Coach Freeze and Coach Garrett and a lot of the new coaches like Coach Crime, that would be Wesley McGriff, they bring a new energy. It's just an energy that's not matched. If you come in sad, you're not going to be sad long. They give me a sense of joy every day. If you're around our coaches, you can't help but be happy and ready to work. We have that mindset that we're going to work, but we're going to have fun doing it.
Priceless. It really is.
A completely new attitude. Every time you have a new coaching staff come in, you always say, well, it's a new, it's a fresh, it's totally different. The vibe's different. I joke with a buddy of mine. It's one of two things usually. Either you have a new coaching staff, you hire somebody and you say, well, there's no discipline in the program. We got to bring in a hard line. We got to bring in somebody that will instill discipline but still have fun. Treat the kids right.
Yeah.
A disciplinarian.
Yeah.
And then they're there about 5 years and you say, yeah, kids are they are having fun. You got to teach a taskmaster. We got to bring in a player's coach. You bring in a player's coach and 5 years later, there's just no discipline. We got to bring in somebody. So that's kind of the way this works. But I'm not sure which Coach Freeze is yet.
Yeah.
But with the clown that we replaced him, I don't even know what that was. I don't know what Harsin was. Nobody enjoyed it, but nobody was really that disciplinarian either.
Well, Harsin tried to buddy up to the players by working out with them and running the stadiums and all that stuff. But he's a guy that talked leadership all the time, but wouldn't know leadership if it would have hit him across the face from many aspects. And the old-time coaches, Andy, back in the day, they'd say fun, winning's fun. Hey,
Yeah.
this is a different day, brother. I mean, look, it's a great balance between work and discipline and making it enjoyable, and that's relationships. And the new coaching staff has built great relationships with the fan base, with the boosters, with the players, and that's why you get quotes like this from a player, for sure.
Looking forward to it. I want to see what they're going to unleash on the world here, what they've been working on. So hopefully everybody's been working really hard.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
"76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community."
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today. Lake Area Realty at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Thank you to our sponsors as well, Russell Do-It Center, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Central Alabama Community College. We got some comments, David?
Yeah, Andy, Steve Stevens was talking about Vegas has Auburn at total wins this season at 6.5. Can
I'm
Auburn
taking that bet.
Huh?
I'm taking
that
over.
one. Well, he wants to know, can Auburn get 7 or more, or should he stay away from that? And John Dent and Jim Hardy and Wes Blatt, all three chimed in and agree that Auburn would get 7+ wins in this upcoming season, and maybe a couple of surprise wins. You know, Wes Blatt, our resident Mississippi State Bulldog there. So
I wonder how, just throw that out there if Wes is still on with the Zach Arnett going in a completely new direction from the air raid.
Yeah.
I wonder what the expectation is, because you still got Will Rogers back.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's a painful transition this year, because that's I don't know. What's the feel of the Bulldogs heading
I mean, Wes, comment on that and let us know. And or Wes, call in 256-234-6221. That is going to be. I mean, the air raid. You know, if I'm a running back, I ain't going to Mississippi State. I just not going to get the carries.
May go now.
Yeah. Well, and with Will Rogers still at quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah. They might have had an open tryout.
Yeah.
But that's going to be interesting, first of all, with Arnett. You know, the personality of the Pirate and everything that he did and the tragic situation there. It's already going to be a difficult job for Arnett. But why would you stay with the air raid when the Pirate's gone? I mean, you know, you got to be yourself and do what you think is best for the program. But that is going to be interesting. That's a team to watch this year as far as, you know, how things rock along. So,
the last Big 12 media days until Texas and Oklahoma leave next year, kind of a shot across the bow as Texas heads out from the deputy Big 12 commissioner, Tim Weiser. This is just too good to pass up.
It's unbelievable.
It's very
talk
funny.
About this.
He was quoted. This is his quote. He says, "I continue to maintain that the choice Texas made wasn't a financial one, because we all know what Texas's resources are like. I think theirs was more about affiliating with a group of schools that on a given Saturday, they would rather get beat by Alabama than Kansas State, or Florida than Iowa State." That was really the driving. That was really, I think, driving the way they looked at down the road. In Oklahoma's case, I'm not convinced that was the same issue for them. They were more worried, or they were more what I would call the reluctant bride.
Okay, what does he mean by that?
I guess they were going to go with Texas if Texas win.
Yeah.
And they didn't. It wasn't necessarily their idea. They just kind of got caught up in it and in the wave. But that's I got to admit, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Texas is going to get beat one way or the other. They'd just rather get beat by a higher quality of team, I guess, or a better named team.
2 words come to mind, Andy: Sour grapes.
Yeah.
Now, when you get to this next comment with Gundy, I totally agree with Gundy because, well, just read Gundy's comment. This is hilarious. Read this.
Mike Gundy, of course, head coach at Oklahoma State.
I'm a man.
He is a man. He is over 40. In football, Bedlam is history, in my opinion. Mike Gundy told ESPN at Big 12 Media Days at AT&T Stadium. Oklahoma chose to go to the SEC. When they did, they took Bedlam with them. Oklahoma Athletic Director Joe Castiglione, we'll go with that, is a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine, David. But when he and their president decided to go to the SEC, they took Bedlam with them. Do I like it? No. I like tradition. I like Big 12. I like the old Big 8. I like rivalries. I like the things in college football that have been around forever, but that's not going to matter anymore. All those things are history. Now, not all of those things are history.
However,
but
Andy, let's put ourselves in his place. Let's say Alabama or Auburn or Tennessee, two of those three, decided to scoot out of the SEC. I put his comments in context with that. I understand how he feels. Now, overboard a little bit, maybe. But now I can agree with Gundy to a certain extent. Wisner, he's been smoking something funny. You know, that is in nothing but just downright just trying to get back at
that's
somebody.
just a shot at Texas on their way out.
Sure.
It's fine. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, with all due respect to Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Bedlam, yeah, okay, yeah, they played a lot. Let's say, I don't know how many times they played. Let's say they played 95 times. Oklahoma's won about 85 of them.
That's right.
Okay? That is not a rivalry. Is it a border war, or you want to kind of say, you know, some kind of, I don't know. Have they played a lot? Yes. In order for it to be a rivalry, both teams have to be kind of equal. So,
Andy, Oklahoma should come out with a T-shirt that says, "We put it to bed."
Really? Is anybody going to miss Bedlam out of Stillwater, Oklahoma? I say no.
And we'll still get to see the Red River rivalry.
Yeah.
At the state fair every year. It'll be SEC. It'll be even bigger.
Oh, yeah. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard, with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dable, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Let's go to the phone line and welcome in Wes Blatt. Hey, Wes, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, my two favorite gentlemen in the Alabama state. I love you guys. I'm actually headed to Lake Martin tomorrow morning, so I hope to see Mr. David playing somewhere local, yokel. So
yeah.
I'm booked every night, every day this weekend, so I'll have to let you know about that. Yeah.
Okay, but going back to what y'all were talking about with, going from the air raid to Zach Arnett and trying to run this 3 yards in a cloud of dust when you've got Will Rogers, I don't think it's going to work. We may have, crapped our pants, so to speak. We've got a great quarterback, and we're just going to try to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. I don't understand why that we're trying to establish a run game when we have one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC, or if not the best quarterback in the SEC.
And I would assume everything's built toward it. The wide receiver room is stocked. I don't know what the running back situation is.
We got Mr. Marks. He's going to be, a here and there kind of guy. He's not going to be your elaborate, Bo Jackson or, Herschel Walker for all purpose sakes, but he can get you, 3 to 4 yards. But, again, you've got to put the ball in the air. 7 yards on first down or 20 yards. I mean, Will Rogers does not have the best strength of arm, but he can make production with his right arm, you know? And so that was just my rant because I heard you guys mention my dogs, and I'll be in Lake Martin on the poor side of Lake Martin at the Real Island side. So,
hey, Wes, real quick, let me ask you a question. Did you watch the Mississippi State spring game, and did that give you the indication that you really think it's going to be more 3 yards in a cloud of dust and not a balanced offense?
Mr. David, I was there.
Okay.
For a fact.
Okay.
Right. It just looked like, I mean, a 1980 football team. You know, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It just looked. It looked pathetic. My wife and I were sitting there, and I was like, "Look, let's just go watch the baseball game." You know, we got our tail kicked.
Yeah.
I think it was Missouri that day, but yeah, it's just pathetic. I mean, to think that we can establish a run in Mississippi State, and God rest in peace, you know, Mike Leach. I mean, because he brought so much. Heck, he beat Auburn, he beat Texas A&M, and Ole Miss in 1 year before he passed away. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's hard to do, and you know, being from Mississippi.
Well, Wes, look at it this way: you could have Brian Harsin as your coach. So it's
yeah.
That idiot! Gosh, dang! I mean, that just made my afternoon. So I can go out and make more sales calls today.
So now you can smile.
Thank you, Wes. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you for taking my phone call always, guys. I love y'all.
Great to hear from you, brother. Thank you. Oh, Wes.
Yeah.
I made his day.
Yeah. It is July the 13th. On this day, 1919, I love this. Red Sox pitcher Carl Mays walks off the mound blaming teammates for lack of support in the field.
Oh.
That's like an 8-year-old. Just saying, you know, you guys aren't going to play defense. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's a professional baseball player. 1934 on this day, Babe Ruth hits home run number 700. Mm-hmm. Would go on to hit 14 more.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good player.
He was.
Happy birthday today, Bob Crane. You ever watched Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah.
He's Hogan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In 1928, Jack Kemp. Wasn't it Jack Kemp that had the line with Dan Quayle? You know, Dan Quayle said something about Jack Kennedy's age, and he said, Mr. Quayle, I knew Jack Kennedy. You're no Jack Kennedy. I think that was Jack Kemp. Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
Just saw
Did you see that?
We went Friday night.
How was
it? Playhouse.
I don't want to know anything about it. But how was?
I'll say
thumbs
this.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, loved it.
Okay.
But hey, he looks 80 now.
You
know,
he is 80.
I know it. That's what I'm saying. There were a lot of throwback scenes from earlier, you know, and then at the end of the movie, he looked his age.
Yeah.
But Andy, go see it. Phenomenal movie.
Okay. Roger McGuinn from the Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Cheech Marin, not from the Birds.
Cheech and Chong.
Your favorite guy, Tony Cornell.
Oh, God.
David Thompson, Louise Mandrell.
David Thompson, North Carolina State?
Yeah.
The one that could
throw down.
Get a quarter off top of the backboard and leave change? Yeah. Mandrell, beautiful.
Yeah. Michael Spinks, I think he got knocked out in 90 seconds by Mike Tyson. Cameron Crowe, Spud Webb, Yadier Molina.
Oh, Spud.
All of them born on this day.
Love Spud Webb.
You like Spud Webb?
Great documentary on Spud.
Dunk champion.
Yeah.
5'6".
Phenomenal.
5'7", something like that. Great athlete. That's going to wrap it up for us on this edition of the Auburn Blitz. He's David. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.